Well, the Christmas season is here, and of course, one of our very, very favorite events right here in Bristol is our amazing, beautiful parade. And that is just coming up right around the corner, and Lori's here to tell us all about it.
Yeah, if you can believe it, December 5th is the 32nd annual parade in downtown Bristol. And, you know, to me, it really does kick off the holiday season, and I've been going to it since I was a little kid. I can remember sitting on my dad's shoulders, standing on State Street, you know, watching that parade. And it's going to be great again. Lots and lots of floats. Lots of people have already entered. So we can't wait for everybody to come out and see it.
So tell us a little bit about the parade, because is this the first year then that you'll be sort of orchestrating it?
Yeah, it'll be the first year for me to actually be working with everybody at the Chamber and the CVB. I've been in it before, you know, with the Speedway, but it's a little bit different when you're the ones that are putting it all together and trying to get everybody organized. And Trish Buckles at the Chamber of Commerce does a fantastic job doing that. She's just like, that is her project, and it's always, she runs it like a top. So, but you know, I will say that the deadline has passed to enter, but we're going to extend it a little bit, because there are quite a few people who just have not had the opportunity. So we're going to give them up until December 3rd, which is 2 days before the parade, and they can drop by the chamber to pick up a registration form, and there is a cost associated with it. It starts at $25, or you can download the application online at the chamber website. So you do have a little bit more time to enter if you're interested in it.
So tell me about orchestrating something like this. What have you been learning? I know you've gone as an audience member, but now that you're on this end, what's it like to put together a parade?
I guess you don't really realize how many different groups are involved in it. You've got businesses, you've got churches, you've got the Scouts, you've got other nonprofits that want to be involved in it, individuals that want to be in it, and dance groups. And trying to organize all of those people, to me, is just amazing. I mean, and we talked about it this morning. You know, there's like 8 different sections that we put together, that Trish has put together, and she knows exactly who's going to go in each section, and then everybody has a group, you know, has a section that they are responsible for. And really, it's just about organizing people and trying to make sure that they go when they're supposed to go, and that type of thing. And you know, lineup is at 5 o'clock that night, so it starts at 5 o'clock, and the parade actually starts at 7. So we've got a couple hours to get everybody in line, but it's a lot of people. You know, you're looking at nearly 200 floats or trucks or, you know, vehicles like that. But I've learned that it takes an awful lot of cooperation and a lot of patience to make sure everything gets done right. And they've run this parade for quite a while, and it's great. I mean, they do a great job with it.
And I always like, is it the last float?
The last float is the one that has Santa.
Yeah, that's the one we all look for in my family.
Yeah, well, that's the one everybody likes. And that's the other thing, important thing, is there can only be one Santa, of course.
Of course.
So anybody who might be dressed in a Santa suit pretending to be Santa cannot actually be in the parade. So that's always something that we, you know, we try to stress to everybody, because the kids want to see the real Santa, and he's in the last float. So, and then one other thing that's really important this year is there's a weight limit that's been imposed on the floats, because over Beaver Creek area, over State Street. Okay. So you have to, any 2-axle vehicles can only be you know, up to 17 tons, and then 3-axle or more can be 26 tons. But we're gonna have some people there to make sure that you know, the vehicles that weigh more than that are not going to be permitted. So we're trying to make sure everybody knows that before the parade, so they don't get there and then get upset that they can't be in it. But you know, there's just a weight limit that's been posted now in that area, so we have to adhere to those rules.
Well, and it is such a fun family event, and of course, you know, all the kids that sit on the, you know, on the curb, and they're waiting for the candy and waving, and it's just exciting.
It's really great, and I think for, you know, like for me, growing up here in Bristol and being part of it when I was a little kid, it just brings back a whole lot of memories for me, great memories with my family, because my mom and dad would bring me and my brothers, and it was just like a big, you know, a big night for all of us. And I think that's true. I've been in that parade for many years, and the coolest thing are all the children on the side of the road, and how many times you hear "Merry Christmas," and they're so excited because for them that Christmas, that means it's coming. It's really soon. So it's just really great, and the city does a great job. Both cities do a great job of helping out with the police, helping us downtown to make sure everything is running the way it should. And both cities are very proud of that parade, and I think that they are really happy that they get to do this for the citizens and residents, that are here, and they want to make sure everybody has a great time. So I mean, it's a great time. If you haven't, I would say if you don't get to come out or you haven't been out, you should.
Absolutely.
It's a great time, and it really gets you in the holiday spirit.
And you can bundle up and bring some hot chocolate and.
Oh gosh, people people bring chairs and just sit them, like lawn chairs, and they sit on the side of the curb or the road and bundle up and they're drinking their hot chocolate and stuff. It's it's just a really cool way to spend an evening, and to see everybody come together in Bristol, and it's really great.
So that is coming up on December the
5th. It'll be here before you know it, yeah. Absolutely. So we're really excited about it and hope everybody can come out that night.
Great, thank you. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Welcome back, and thanks for staying with us. We have got the mayor with us today, and she's going to tell us a little bit about a program that's really going to promote more opportunities for our kids. Thanks so much for being with us today. Tell us a little bit about this program.
Sure. The Drive to 55 is a program which was started by the governor, and we're going to be embracing it wholeheartedly. It's an education initiative to have 55% of our population to have higher than a high school degree by the year 2025. So the plan is to better prepare students for a higher education and to reduce financial barriers to education.
So what do you think it's going to take right here in our community to reach that number?
The governor will unveil specific strategies and solutions of the Drive to 55 in early 2014. We will be meeting with the team next week to discuss aligning our educational levels with our future economic development needs.
So this is really exciting for you as mayor, because this is one of your signature pieces that you'd like to complete during your term.
Yes, education is very important to me, and it actually ties in with my other goal, which is economic development. And to recruit industry into our town, we need to have a high level of education in our community. But it's very important to me personally, because I understand and know from personal experience that education can be one of the pathways to prosperity. I found myself in my early 20s with children, no college degree, no car, living in not so great circumstances, and it took me about a year to think about, but I really wanted to do something to provide a better life for my children, and I decided to go back to college. I was 26 when I started. I had my third child between my junior and senior year, and I graduated at 30 years old with a college degree. And during that time, I also worked at a part-time job on the weekends, and I had a job that I worked at on campus. So if I can do it, I know that anybody can do it. And a lot of our kids out there, over half, are on free or reduced lunches. And while there's not anything that they can do about that, their parents can. And it's not too late for parents to go back to get their GED, to continue their education, to get their bachelor's or their master's and their doctorate. And I highly encourage adults to continue their education, because the more education you have, the better decisions you can make and the better life that you and your family can have.
Am I missing anything? Is there anything that you would like to add that we maybe haven't touched on yet with this program?
Well, Sheridan, we have historically been a rural community with agricultural roots, and that required less formal education. Unfortunately, that has turned into a generational aspect, which has landed us at number 42 in working adults with a 2-year degree or higher. However, I believe that we are a smart, hardworking community, and I have confidence that